Hello, everyone. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen. We can see your screen.
Yes, we can.
Good evening. My name
Yes, we can.
is here. So, I'll be
Yes, we can see your screen.
what basically I will focus on the I'll talk on features of an NFT, talk on use cases of NFT.
Your volume is low, please. Can you work on that?
I'll talk on
Okay.
the use cases of NFTs, talk about the overview of the NFT ecosystem. So let's begin. What an NFT is a non-fungible token. A non-fungible token is a special type of cryptographic token which represents something unique. Non-fungible tokens are thus not mutually interchangeable. This is in contrast to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and many network or utility tokens that are fungible in nature. What is fungibility? Fungibility refers to the property of an asset whose individual units are interchangeable and essentially indistinguishable from each other. So this is how it is. You have your USD, your Naira, your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, and fiat currencies. They are all fungible. You can easily take it, go to an exchange and sell it, unlike your non-fungible assets like collectibles, artworks, art certificates. You have a vehicle, you can't just look for an exchange and put up another and someone buys from you in 6 seconds, because there are certain information they need to find out about this asset that takes time to get done before they can approve the purchase. Also, you can't easily interchange a non-fungible asset for another. I can't have a Mona Lisa painting and exchange it with you for a painting, a Da Vinci painting, because they have different qualities, they have different value, and they have different provenance. Also, for fungible tokens, you can split them into smaller quantities or units and sell them. So you have one Ethereum, you have one Bitcoin. You can sell 0.1 Bitcoin, you can sell 0.1 Ethereum. But if you have an NFT, you can't split it into half and sell half of it and keep the remaining half. You can only sell it as whole. Do we get that?
Yes.
Okay, so brief history on NFTs. The first use case of NFTs the first use case of NFTs related, the first use case of gaming related NFTs have been crypto collectible trading card games. Projects like Age of Chains and Rare have been using the counterparty protocol to issue Bitcoin-based blockchain trading cards as early as 2016. So in 2016, we had a counterparty protocol bring about Rare and Age of Chains, which were NFTs built on Bitcoin, but they were not so popular, so most people do not really know about them. They are still available now, but not necessarily, you need to do a lot of research to find them out. And the first non-fungible token was created by Wojtek Radomski, the co-founder of Engine Coin, when he wrote the code for the first coin back in 2017. However, the code was not released until 2 months later in August. The launch of CryptoPunks, which is one of the most popular NFT ecosystem right now, in June 2017, paved the way for rare arts on the Ethereum blockchain. Data.art built from the CryptoPunks model and launched the first marketplace for rare digital arts in October 2017. Now, NFTs have certain properties or certain features that once you notice these features, you can ascertain that it's an NFT. The main important feature there is that it's on the blockchain. And these are some other features you can check to know that it's an NFT. First of uniqueness. If you sign a non-fungible token contains metadata, this metadata describes what makes this asset different from all the rest. It is permanent or notable record that explains the NFT. So when a person creates an NFT and puts some information on it, nobody can go to the blockchain and edit that information. There's no way you can change it. So if you create an NFT and you make a mistake, the only thing you can do is to burn the NFT and remake another one or remake that same one itself. So whenever you mint an NFT, you practically put it on the blockchain and it becomes permanently stored there. Only thing that can happen is for it to be transferred from individual to individual or for it to be gone. Then next, rarity. Scarcity is an important ingredient in recipe that makes NFTs so attractive. So one reason that still people so eager to have NFTs and willing to pay huge amount of money is because they understand that once they get this NFTs, it's only them that can have access to it. So an NFT that's created as one of one, only one individual in the whole world can have access to that NFT. only that one person can have access to that particular NFT with that particular ID number and with all the metadata inside it. And indivisibility, largely, NFTs cannot be split into smaller denominations, unlike your cryptocurrencies that you can break into small parts and sell in half and sell in quarters. NFTs can only be sold or transferred as a whole. It can only be bought, sold, and held whole. Although two NFTs can be meshed together called composable. So you have Alpaca City doing something where you have a scarf NFT and an Alpaca City Alpaca NFT, and you can bring them together and have them as one. They are called composable. Also, where you have CryptoKitties.
The voice is breaking. The voice is breaking.
CryptoKitties did something where you have a CryptoKitty with an Alpaca City NFT beside it. Then guaranteed ownership. Owning NFTs gives you full confidence.
Mute everybody, mute everybody, mute everybody. This meeting is just making noise.
Guaranteed ownership. NFT brings full confidence to its owners of such assets, either digital or physical, as information and history of such assets can easily be checked on the blockchain. So for physical arts, someone could go to a gallery and buy an art, and for some reasons, an expert can come and check and find out that that art is fake. But with NFTs, you buy a particular art, you can, before you buy a particular art, you can check the history of it on the blockchain, see who created it, see all the information you need about the NFT, and know whether you are buying the real artwork or the real NFT or the fake. With this, you are guaranteed that you have full ownership of that NFT and no other person has ownership of that same exact NFT with the same exact ID number. And easily transferable. There are a lot of digital assets that take a lot of paperwork and information to transfer from one person to another. Also, representation of physical assets, like you have a land that you want to sell to somebody else. We all know the long process you have to go through most times to get this done. But imagine if that land is represented by an NFT and you list that NFT on the marketplace and someone buys it. Buying the NFT gives the person full ownership of that land, and you can see the ease with which the NFT was transferred and the ownership of that land was transferred from you to the buyer. Then provenance. NFTs enable users to easily track the provenance of an item in order to get contextual and financial information about the creation and transfer of an item. So with NFT, you can track blockchain to show you there that, okay, it was eventually created on so and so data, so and so time, with so and so media. And that's it. Then next up, use cases of NFTs. So first of one of the major use cases of NFTs that we see around is digital artists have a nightmare protecting their copyright. So you go to platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and you see a lot of copyright over the artwork. Anybody can just go there, copy it without paying any royalty or any fee to the creator of the art, thereby preventing the artist from getting actual value from the artwork he has created. Through NFTs, individuals will purchase a creation and showcase it in a virtual world, offering proof of ownership that, okay, you bought this artwork with a blockchain. You can easily know that, okay, this is the particular owner of this NFT. A lot of times when artists create art, royalty simply means constant sale of an artwork. The money is, royalty simply means whenever an artwork is sold, a certain percentage of the money being made is given back to the artist. Constant selling of the artwork, a certain percentage is given back to the artist. So in a traditional artwork, you see artists have certain royalties on the artwork, and then they need to go and meet gallery owners and museum owners in order to get this money. And it can be a very tedious work to do so. But with the blockchain, you list an artwork, someone buys it. Immediately after the person buys it and resells it, you can, once the percentage has been included while minting the NFT, you constantly keep receiving that percentage whenever the NFT is sold. Collectibles. CryptoKitties and CryptoPunks are good examples of this. NFTs are used to create new types of collectibles. You can buy tokenized versions of your favorite stars. So we all know the Indomie collectible, those stickers you find inside Indomie, those are collectibles. Some of us might know of the Pokemon cards that were popular at some time period, and there are also some popular basketball cards and popular baseball cards. These are what we call collectibles. Then gaming. NFT enables gamers to sell coveted items among themselves, transfer their game items within different games. So You find a lot of people in games like Minecraft that are able to spend lots of money purchasing skins and certain items. But the issue there is these items are only usable in those platforms. And also, the moment the owner of the platform decides to delete your account, you practically lose ownership of that item you purchased. But with NFT games, you can purchase an NFT of the item in the game and transfer it to another game. And even if you decide to stop playing that game, you would still own that NFT in your wallet as yours. Then virtual assets. Ethereum name service delivers .air domains that has turned each of these domain names into NFTs. You have Ethereum name service, you have unstable domain. Also, when you get unstable domains, you get those crypto addresses. Then platforms like Decentral and Crypto Voxel, Sandbox, Somium Space enables you to buy virtual land in their metaverses. Then reward assets. NFTs can be used to tokenize reward assets like properties. This application is pretty new, so there are not so much applications of it right now, but there are some platforms that are creating value using NFTs to represent reward assets. Then identity. NFT could be used to fully digitize our identity and give us greater control over our data. So you have lots of social media platforms whereby you create an account there, you have social identity, and for some reasons you have an account. All the information, all the years of hard work of that identity is lost. You have to recreate by creating another account and starting up from the scratch again. With NFTs, you could own identities on these platforms, and these NFTs remain in your wallet. Even if the platform is hacked, you still have that identity with you. And the overview of the NFT ecosystem. The NFT ecosystem comprises of different platforms and projects, which brings activity and use case to NFTs. The major categories are trading, arts marketplaces, data, finance, collectibles, games, virtual worlds or metaverses, domain names, DAOs, NFT X DeFi. There are other categories, but these are the major categories that you find. Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes,
I
loud
can.
and clear.
Yes,
Okay,
I
so
can.
NFT.
Your voice is
Yes,
cracking
yes,
a
I can hear
little.
you. I can
Your
hear
voice
you.
is cracking a little.
Your voice is broken, please.
Sorry for that. Trading. The growth of NFT in the past The growth of NFT in the past few years has been due to the steady rise in users and people trying to understand the system. Trading has Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I
We
can
can
hear
hear
you. I
you.
can hear you. I can hear
All
you.
right.
I can hear
The
you
growth
clearly.
of NFTs in the past few years has been due to the steady rise in users and people trying to understand the system. Trading has attracted a lot of new users who have seen the potentials of NFTs as a way of storing value or making quick bucks. Among the top NFT trading platforms, here are the major ones: OpenSea, Base, and Token Trove. So OpenSea is like the Binance exchange of NFTs. Let me show you OpenSea.
Hello, CX. Are you there?
While I
I
wait
think
for my browser to load, let me just explain the three platforms. Then I open it in the browser for you to see. So OpenSea, this is number one NFT exchange and king of the ecosystem. It's an overall one-stop shop that allows users to trade NFTs, create NFTs, access data, and inspect more information. This is like the Binance exchange of NFTs. And this is also a marketplace to buy, sell, and mint NFTs. The major features that make mint-based standards is that it offers mint-based. The major features that makes mint-based standards that it offers NFTs that are not easily found on other platforms. Mint-based covers different categories of NFTs like music, membership service, ticket, news, and photography. For alternate NFT forms that are not found on OpenSea or not popularly known, you can find them on Mintbase. Then Token Trove is a marketplace that specializes in gaming-based NFTs and metaverses. For NFT-based games whose items are not readily available on OpenSea or Mintbase, they are found on Token Trove. So on Token Trove, you find Gods on Chain NFT, Crypto Voxel, and Crypto Space Commander.
Hello, CX. Are you there?
I can hear you. I'm trying to. My internet is kind of slow. That's why it's taking a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so while we wait, let me just go through everything, then can come back and open each platform one by one. Then you have art marketplaces. NFTs have been a major way to help publicize artwork due to the ease of transfer, proof of ownership, and detailed price history and information. It's able to contain about an artwork. Among the top NFT marketplaces include Super Rare, Nifty Gateway, Async Art, Maker's Place, Known Origin, Wax.atomic Hub, Paras.id, Sign Art App, NFT Showroom, and Ghostmarket.io. There are actually more platforms, a lot more art marketplaces, but these are the few that I will talking about to explain. So first up, Super Rare. They're one of the oldest platforms. Like I think this was one of the first platforms that allowed artists to mint NFTs and sell on their platform. They are the most dominant NFT art marketplace that requires artists to apply, as they have a very long wait list. So Super Rare is what we call a curated art marketplace. So for these marketplaces, before you could mint on their platform, they need to see what you've done and be convinced with your artwork for them to allow you to mint on the marketplace, and they receive certain fees whenever you make a sale. Then Nifty Gateway. Nifty Gateway was launched in 2020 by the Winklevoss twins. This platform has steadily become extremely important in NFT has, as a lot of the large trades we've seen over the last couple of months by wealthy collectors has taken place on this platform, like the people $6.6 million NFT sale that happened, I think, a week back or so. Then a lot of us know of Rarible. Rarible is a NFT platform that was the first to implement their native token to incentivize artists on their sales and collectors on the purchases of NFTs in their platform. So on Rarible, if you log into Rarible, create an account, buy an artwork or sell an artwork or just sell any form of NFT, you receive certain percentage back in form of their token, which depends on their. Then Async Arts. Async Art, this platform enables artists to create multiple NFT from one piece of art. Also, these NFTs are able to change their state. So on Async Art, you can create an artwork, and the features is you can input a certain feature on the artwork that enables people to change certain things. Like an art piece can be set to change from a sunny scene to a stormy scene when the user changes the state of the NFT. Then Maker's Place is an art platform that requires artists to apply to mint and sell on their platform. Known Origin. Known Origin and Maker's Place are a lot alike. The same thing, you need to apply. Both of them are created platforms. You need to apply, then they go through your application and see whether they want you to be on their platform, and then you get into. Then Wax Atomic Hub. This runs on EOS blockchain. It's an art platform that enables artists to readily create a collection and mint their artwork. And also the platform enables people to transfer their artworks from different blockchains into the Wax platform. There are so many NFT platforms available. These are just a few that I just mentioned here. Then next up, Nft Data. So if you are someone interested in getting information about the latest sales, volume of sales, certain NFT collection that was sold or the likes, there are platforms like that in NFT space that gives you such information. So just as we have CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, you have platforms like Non-Fungible and NFT Bank. So Non-Fungible is the best place to get all the information you need about non-fungible tokens. And NFT Bank enables you to easily track information about NFTs using analytic tools. Or the other thing you could do is you just copy an ACH address and put it on Etherscan and see the certain NFTs that are in there. Then next up, finance. So for finance, the growth of NFTs has brought about introducing DeFi-based protocols into NFTs. Currently, there are platforms where you can stake and farm your NFTs for other things. Among them include NFTFI, Nfts, and Insure. So NFTFI is a platform for NFT collateralized loans. So users can yield by lending out Ethereum or DAI to users who put up the NFT as collateral. So you could go to the platform with your NFT to get a loan of Ethereum or DAI to do something else. And if you're unable to pay back, your NFT will be given transferred to the person who gave you the loan. Also, users can receive Ethereum or DAI loans by placing their NFT as collateral. And the platform has received large amount of goods in a short time period. Then Nfts. This platform enables people to fractionalize their NFT into shards. These shards are ERC20 tokens that can be traded in a much more liquid mint than the traditional NFT. So there's something that a platform called Metacovan did. They bought a large amount of people's artworks and then created a token called B20. By owning B20, you own certain amount of the people artworks that they bought. These tokens gives you a fractionalized or shards of the NFTs that have been made. Then Insure. This is a platform that enables users to create tokenized insurance contracts. So just the way you have insurance in the physical world, where something happens and then you have insurance to cover you. Yeah, something like that has been created with NFTs. So smart contract developers can purchase a platform-based Insure NFT to protect them up to a certain amount of damage or losses that might occur on their code or smart contracts for the same time period. E.g., a Insure NFT of Ave worth 10x and is valid till September 2021. This NFT would insure its owner of 10x for any act that might happen on the smart contract code within the time period being built on the Ave network. Then collectibles. These are assets with little to no functionality. They're just things people want to keep that has intrinsic value. Examples are baseball cards, like what I mentioned already, Indomie stickers and the likes. And the major ones we know of are CryptoPunks, NBA Top Shots, CryptoKitties, Avastars, and Apocacity. CryptoPunks, these are the first of NFTs issued on Ethereum. They're just a set of 10,000 pixelated collectibles, and they are very, very expensive. I think one of these CryptoPunks sold for over 1,500 Ethereum or so. Yeah, so expensive. And NBA Top Shots. NBA officially licensed NFT collectibles built on a blockchain. So NBA partnered with Dapper Labs to enable Dapper Labs creates NFTs of certain activities to go viral. A lot of us who got to know about NFTs, first thing we got to know about was CryptoKitties. They were the first NFT project to go viral, and they're credited with getting people excited about NFTs. They are cute cards with different traits and rarities that can be bred to create more cards. Then Avastars. Avastars are fully on-chain generative avatars with more applications of these avatars being worked on by project team. If you were around in the last class on Google Meet, you would see the profile picture you saw representing me was an avatar that I bought for myself. Then Apocacity, these are beautiful alpacas with different traits, rarity, and abilities. Apocacity and CryptoKitties are a lot alike. Then games. NFC games can be categorized as assets with high functionality within their universe and environment. So for a lot of us who do not necessarily want to create artworks or like, we could go into NFC games and make good income from it. So popular games available are Axie Infinity, Gods Unchained, My Crypto Heroes, Crypto Space Commander, So Rare, F1 Delta Time. So Axie Infinity is the most popular crypto game with features fierce fantasy pet that you can battle and collect while earning crypto. So AXS is the official NFT token for Axie Infinity. And while you play the Axie Infinity game, you can earn SLP. SLP is small love cushion. There's also a token that has been doing well over the last couple of days. Then Gods Unchained. Gods Unchained is a digital trading game where users can battle other players, buy and sell cards. Then My Crypto Heroes is a click and casual RPG game where players collect, train, and battle heroes. Then Crypto Space Commander is a space MMO game where users can battle, trade, and build spaceship and items. And so rare. For any of us here who might know about Fantasy Premier League or Gold Fantasy game, where you create a team of 11 players and how they perform in a live match determines the amount of points you get. With so rare, you get that team ability, but also it's on the blockchain. You own this player cards or NFTs, and you're able to win Ethereum or more of the player cards. So it's a fantastic board game where people can buy NFT cards, trade and play with official digital cards representing actual players. So there are 3 levels to the cards. Then F1 Delta Time. F1 Delta Time is a Formula One official licensed NFT game where users can buy, trade, and race with the cars they buy while earning crypto. So the official token for F1 Delta Time is REV. For the F1 Delta Time game, you need to purchase car, purchase a driver, purchase some certain NFTs before you could start. And then once you get them, you go onto the website with your PC, set it up, and participate in the races. And if you're able to, you could win REV tokens or even win some other expensive cards. Then virtual worlds of metaverses. Metaverses can be categorized as an immersive platform where users have ownership over parts or possibly all of the world. Here are the top metaverses: Crypto Voxel. A lot of us know about Decentraland, Sumion Space, and Sandbox. So for Decentraland, the official token is the Mana token. Then Sandbox, the official token is the Sand token. So Crypto Voxel is known as blockchain Minecraft. For those of us who know about the Minecraft game, it's Crypto Voxel is built a lot like it. Users are able to build the blocks. It was the first blockchain-based virtual world to launch, and it's popular with crypto collectors. You can easily access Crypto Voxel with your phone or with your PC. All you just need to do is open the website, connect with your MetaMask, and you walk into it. You can see lots of galleries, and it's a very impressive thing to watch. Try it out. You just go to cryptovoxel.com and enter it and see. You really enjoy it. Then Decentraland, this was the first blockchain-based virtual world to raise capital and put together a great team. They were built after the ending of the ICO in 2017, and they are building a lot of impressive stuff on it. You see a lot of major companies and individuals owning land on Decentraland. Then Sumion Space is the high-end virtual world for all and most especially lovers of virtual reality. Users can enter with their PC or a virtual reality headset and experience a whole new world in great detail. And Sandbox is a virtual world that is focused on gaming. So on the Sandbox platform enables people to create games there. You can create a game on Sandbox and then people can play the game and you earn from them playing your game. And there are so many games that are soon to be launched on the Sandbox platform. They're not fully launched yet, but I can be sure that when they launch, they are really going to do massive stuff. Then DAOs and domain names. So DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. These are platforms who invest into NFTs to bring about community ownership. Domain names are identifiers for platforms and individuals built into NFTs. So the DAOs available are Art Gallery, the DAO that is focused on community ownership of NFTs. Then Flamingo is an NFT-based DAO that invests in NFTs directly and is brought forward by the owners of LAO. And the major NFT domain names are Ethereum Name Service and Unstable Domain. So Ethereum name, this Ethereum Name Service provides you with a .ethereum name, which is tied to your Ethereum address and can be used to receive and send ERC-based tokens. So you could use your MetaMask, go to the Ethereum Name Service platform, look for a certain name that's not been bought by anybody, purchase the name, and then with that Ethereum name, with that .eth name, you can easily, whenever someone wants to send you any Ethereum-based token, you can easily submit that as your wallet address, and the token will be sent to that. Then unstable domain, this NFT provides you with a unstable crypto name, which can be tied to your crypto address to receive and send crypto. So you could go to the unstable domains platform. This NFT provides you with the unstable crypto name, which can be tied to your crypto address to receive and send crypto, just like Ethereum Name Service. So you could connect your Bitcoin address and some other cryptocurrencies to this unstable domain name and receive your crypto easily without having to write the 36 long keys. Then finally, NFC X DeFi. So these are platforms that enable you to perform DeFi applications using NFC. The major platforms are Aavegotchi, Meme, and Nudrona. So some of us might have heard of Aavegotchi. The platform enables DeFi state crypto collectibles. They are pushing the boundaries because users can not only collect. So what they do is they enable users to both collect NFT and earn yield from their NFT, which improves the value of the NFT they have. Then Meme. Some of us might have heard of the meme token, which has done really well in a couple of years. So the platform allows people who own the meme token to stake their token, and in return they earn rare NFTs that have so much worth. And the project is what we call a proof of work concept, in which work has to be done in order to acquire a rare NFT, thereby providing an intrinsic value for that NFT you'll be earning. Then Nodrunner came out last year. They're a platform that enables people who own the NDR token to purchase the NDR NFT, and they can stake these NFTs they have to earn more tokens. They've also partnered with Meme and Dodo Finance to get the NFTs of these platforms, take it on their platform, and earn NFTs. I would entertain questions right now. Hello? Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, so if anybody has questions, you can fire on now. Before I then go and show you a demo of some platforms.
Okay, sir, before we start rolling in questions, thanks so much for that wonderful session, CX. So there are a couple of things I will try to like come in so we can explain better from those angles. On Ethereum blockchain now, I think there are different, do I say standard or protocol? We have ERC20, we have ERC21, you understand? So basically, these non-fungible tokens, I think it's quite different from ERC20. I am
Yes, yes.
Elena as well. So
Okay.
can you please explain, talk about this?
Okay, so NFTs are built on the ERC721 protocol. They are also built on the ERC1155 and ERC990. So the ERC721 protocol enables individuals to create single one-of-one NFTs. Due to it was working well for a certain period of time, but when people wanted to transfer the NFTs in batches, like bringing like 2 NFTs into, not necessarily into one, putting them like in the bag and sending them at once instead of sending them one by one, or creating NFTs that have more than one version. So on ERC721, you can only create NFTs as one of one. You can't create them as 2 of 2 or 3 of 3. So a certain protocol was created, which is ERC1155. With ERC1155, you can create an NFT with more than one version. So you can create NFTs as 20 of 20, 1,000 of 1,000 and more. Then a new protocol was created, which is ERC998. ERC998 was just a slight improvement also on ERC721 that enable people to make composable and fractionalize their NFT. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, so basically, before we start entertaining questions, for people that are not really, there are a couple of guys, this is their first topic in the blockchain space. Well, CX has done a great job explaining, but all you just have to understand is this. You see, when we talk about non-fungible tokens from the little I know, it's more like we're talking about a digital market, you understand, so that you can sell your stores online, just like more like incorporating e-commerce, e-commerce and ads, digital products basically into blockchain. So that means that you can decide to sell your digital art rather than having something like a show, you understand, like a fashion show where people come and start pricing, you sell to their highest bidder or something. So you can do this with leveraging the blockchain. So without wasting our time, CX, you really haven't talked about, for people that are just coming into NFT, what are the steps to take? How do I, for someone like me now I know I can sell my NFTs on OpenSea.io. Yeah, I'm aware now there is a market for it. But how do I even create this NFT? How do I list them? Can you just run a brief like, okay, this is, creating, listing, and selling the process?
Okay, all right. So I'll explain it and if possible try and make a demo. So first off, what you need to do is whatever artwork you want to sell or whatever you want to do in the blockchain, first of all, it has to be digital. So you could mint artwork, it can mint an animation, it can mint music, you can mint a collectible, and so much. So the first step is after you've found that, after you've gotten your what you want to mint to the digital, the next step is determine a platform and a blockchain you want to mint on. So the major blockchains where you can able to mint NFTs now are Ethereum, EOS, which is Wax. Ethereum, you have the art marketplaces and more. Then you have Engine Coin. You can mint on Engine. You can mint on Near blockchain. You can mint on Tron blockchain. You can mint on the Phantasma blockchain. You can mint on Neo blockchain. So you have to go through all of these blockchains. Which one of them is probably easier for you to access with? Look at the cost you would expel while trying to mint. So at the moment, due to the Ethereum gas fee, a lot of people are not able to interact with NFT platform because the cost is really much. So if you are going to be using Ethereum platform, you have to sit down, calculate the cost, and see how you're hoping to publicize your artwork in order to get the sale and recover back the money you spent by meeting on Ethereum. And if you don't want to meet on Ethereum, you can check out other platforms, other blockchains, and see how you could take advantage of these platforms and see how you can publicize your artwork to sell. So after you determine the blockchain you want to sell on, then the next thing you need to determine is if you want to create this NFT as single, which is one of one. One of one means you mint that one. If one person buys it, that's the only one that's available. No other person can have access to that same thing. If you don't want to mint one, you can mint two of two to as much as 10,000 or 10,000. It's your choice. But most times, I would advise if you want to start minting, start with maximum of 10, maximum of 20. Do not go more than that. Even though a lot of people do better than that, but for someone starting, it's advisable to start with that. Then also determine if you want to put in an unlockable content. So an unlockable content is like an extra spice to the artwork or an extra spice to the NFT. So you create an artwork and then you could attach a link to that artwork that the person could open that link and use the artwork for something. So let's say a movie director now needs a particular 3D animation that someone has made, or so it's a particular 3D animation that he likes, and would like to use that animation probably in his cartoon or in his work. You can purchase that NFT, and then if you put in the unlockable content, which is a link to that animation. After the person purchases the NFT, you can get access to that link, open the link, get access to the digital file, and use it for what they want to do. By person buying the artwork, you've gained value, they've gained value, and they've gained copyright also of the artwork by purchasing. If they decide to resell the artwork later on, they will get money also from royalties. That's one. Then also you have to consider the royalties you are putting into the artwork. So for me, the highest I've done for my royalties is 10%. But most times I leave them at 10%. Where if the royalties put underneath an artwork is so high, you prevent or you deter people from trying to buy the artwork. Because when they buy the artwork and they see a royalty of 50%, it means whatever amount they sell it for, they're able to receive half. They're practically receiving the other half. And it's go on like that because it sells to another person. Constantly, anyone that purchases that NFT will receive only half of the value. You receive the other half. So if you are creating an NFT, it's advisable to start with 10, 5%, 5 to 15%. So that range. There's an artwork I saw by a popular artist called Trevor Jones, where he created an artwork and listed the artwork with a royalty of 100%. If you purchase that artwork, if you sell it, you can't make anything out of it. All the money you make from selling the artwork will go back to the artist because 100% of the royalty means 100% of the sales go back to the artist. After you figure out all of this, you can go ahead to mint. After minting, then the next thing you have to do is figure out how you're going to publicize the artwork. For me, I majorly use Twitter and Discord and some Telegram groups at point. A lot of the NFTs that sell for huge prices, they have these created platforms. These created platforms constantly do promotions and marketing for these NFTs that are minted by artists in their platform, thereby attracting a lot of users and giving both the artists and themselves a lot of value through sales of those artworks. I think I've been able to answer that.
Yeah, well done. Thanks so
Hello.
much. Well done. Okay, so moving on. Can you hear me, CX? Moving on.
Yeah,
I
I can hear
think
you.
for everyone that can hear me right now, or right now we are only talking about NFTs, and in a couple of days now we'll be working with CX to release some videos, practical videos on how to mint or get you some materials. Just ensure that you register for these events because We'll be sending some materials to your email address, how to, the slides and all of these things. And we'll be working on videos, practical videos on how you can mint your first token so that you understand all these things better. Basically, what we are just talking about is understanding what NFTs. So it's okay if right now you don't know you don't know how to, like, hey, how do I mint my first NFTs? How do I sell? We will be coming up with videos live on our YouTube, or either in some live YouTube sessions or something. Just ensure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, ensure you register for this event so we can always get in touch with you. Now, for those people that are asking, do we have a WhatsApp group? Here, Blockchain Club, we have WhatsApp group. So you can always reach out to us via our email or blockchainclub@gmail.com to make a request to join our group. It's we are not releasing the link any longer, so you have to make a request. Send us a request at blockchaincluboau blockchaincluboau@gmail.com, requesting to join our community. We review your application. You just have to state, hey, this is you, this is why you want to come into the community, you want to come in and learn. Then we review your application. Ensure your WhatsApp number is in the contents of the email. You understand? While I'm talking, the email will be typed so you guys can grab it. Once you send the application, we review it and we get back to you. So I'll go through the comments session. Guys, if you have questions, I'll start reading from the chat. You understand? I'll start reading. Okay, so I'm going through the chat right now to see if there are questions that you have for CX. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going through these. What is the meaning of CX? Are you there? Someone
Yeah.
asked, Standard Sam, what is the meaning of mint as regards to crypto NFT? The person is trying to ask, like,
Right.
in crypto, I
So,
think we talk about mining. Yeah, you can explain, please.
so to mint artwork simply means tokenize the artwork or tokenize the asset. So on the blockchain, for you to tokenize an asset on the blockchain, you need a smart contract code. Because what we do, everything about crypto, as we all know, is software. This is software and code. So for your artwork, when someone says you are minting, it means you are creating a token that represents that artwork. It's like this is an artwork, and then you're creating 1,000 naira to represent that artwork and make it easy to transfer and easy to sell. So tokenizing, when you hear someone say he wants to mint an artwork, it simply means they want to tokenize it and create a token that is connected to that artwork or connected to that collection or connected to that asset. That's what it simply means. Tokenizing an asset is the same thing as minting an asset. Just putting it on the blockchain. So I tell you I want to put an item on the blockchain, it means I want to mint it on the blockchain. I want to tokenize it on the blockchain. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that. Now, another question: how many NDR do you need to purchase the NFTs in the NDR ecosystem? Someone asked that as well.
For the NDR ecosystem, right now, for the NFTs, you will need to provide liquidity on Uniswap, and then you earn something. You earn something they call hash. Once the hash you've earned has reached a certain level, you cannot use that hash to purchase NFT. And if you don't want to go through that long process, the other thing you could do is you could go to OpenSea. You go open the NDR platform, then click on Get Cards. You take it to OpenSea. You can purchase some of the NFTs there for, I think, 1 ETH or 1 ETH and above. And then once you purchase it, connect that same wallet back to the NDR platform to show your NFT on the platform, and then you take it and you're receiving some amount of NDR daily that will be accumulating over time. I practically do that myself. I received 1 NFT from them last year, and I've been taking it and I've earned some amount of NDR in the process.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. So the next question here is, please, what can you say about this new NFT coin, Paint?
Oh, Paint. It's a really impressive platform. So I got to know about the platform in January, and I couldn't claim it because of that, but I finally claimed that I was able to receive 1 million or something that's worth over $2,000, right? So what the Paint platform is trying to do is to enable individuals to use the token to create artworks on their website, on their platform, then that artwork with the mural the Paint and token. So instead of you having to use your Ethereum to mint, you would use the Paint token you purchased or you got to mint on the platform. And the amount of, by doing so, you burn the Paint token you've got in order to mint on the platform. I'm still researching about them, interacting with them on Twitter. So over time, I'll give more information.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, I think there are more questions, but let me pick this, which is very, very important. how to stay away from NFT scam as a newbie. Can you please talk about that?
So really can be a really difficult thing, but my advice for anyone that is going into NFT, it's imperative that you spend at least a week to a month researching before you jump into any NFT project. Because unlike normal crypto tokens that you can buy and something is going wrong, you can easily go to an exchange and sell it. If you purchase an NFT that's from a big project or something like that, you are practically stuck with the NFT forever. Or at least, especially if somebody wakes up one morning and decides to get it in the hand. So it's unlike the normal tokens that you can easily just go to an exchange and sell. For NFTs, if you buy them, you have to hold them when you feel like selling them. For like the CryptoPunks NFT, a lot of them were bought in early times, and right now they are selling for huge amounts. So what you do is this: start up, look for a project you want to find a project you want to invest in, or NFT you want to buy. Look for their Twitter account, follow it, go to their Discord channel. If you have a Telegram group, join it. Then check for that project on OpenSea.io. Look at the trading volume, look at the amount of people who own these NFTs, look at how much these NFTs are being sold for. Study them for a while, because it's imperative that you get as much as you can get about these NFTs. Because a lot of these platforms or a lot of these NFTs we are seeing now that are sold at very exorbitant prices, these are NFTs that were built with strong communities. Communities that own these NFTs are very strong. Lasted to the market, held on to these NFTs, and are currently selling them down for huge prices. You might wonder also why these NFTs are sold for huge prices. The reason being, a lot of the individuals who own these NFTs or who have invested in cryptocurrencies at the early times and have made so much money from cryptocurrencies are looking for a way to spend or play with the money they have. And so they are willing to spend so much to purchase rare things that they know that, okay, with time, it's because you purchase a CryptoPunks today, you can be sure that next 2 months, you can sell it for twice, 3x, 2x the price you put it at. But not all projects are like that. So it's imperative that you study these projects, interact with their CEOs on Twitter. That's why I really like Twitter. In Twitter, you can reply their tweets, you can ask them questions, they will answer, you can see them in DM, and then you can also go to their Discord channel and ask questions. It's imperative you ask questions. I purchased an Avastar NFT because I was able to look at the Avastar project and see their target and see what they are doing for us. I purchased an Avastar for over $100. That was in January. And I'm confident of what they are doing, confident of where they are going. Also, I like the art NFT because I could use NFT as my Twitter identity outside their platform. I could use metaverse. I could use interaction. I practically use that Twitter profile and every other NFT platform I want. I use that NFT picture as my profile. It's practically now my Twitter identity. It's my own. Any other question?
Okay, sorry. I think there is another question. Vinny wants to ask via voice note. I'm not sure. I'll get back to you as to get that. I have to get back to the guys at the tech end so that they can grant you permission. Here's another question. Can you please just run this like quick, like 30 seconds? Has there been an NFT scam before? Then the last question here is, how do you know a coin or token is NFT? What differentiates them by name? What differentiates them? I think that's what the person is trying to ask. So two questions. Has there been an NFT scam before? The first question is, has there been an NFT scam before?
Not really, but there has been situations whereby people take someone else's NFT, like take a picture of it, mix it up, little edit, and then we sell it. And people then buy this NFT thinking they are buying the original thing. But as of late, we've not really seen it, but you can be sure that we'll see, because this is the crypto space where a lot of bad people, as we say, that are willing to take advantage of people who have not done their research and have not done the interaction. Then for NFT tokens, on platforms like CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, you would see the created sections now where you can see tokens. There are fungible tokens that are related to NFTs, and you can see them, see the amount of price, the volume they are doing daily, and all of that. And most of the time, these coins do well in regards to the amount of people that are getting to this platform. So for the decentralized platform, you get a lot more people coming into the central land and want to interact more. They need to purchase items from the platform. And they would buy the mana, thereby increasing the value of the mana. Same thing for Sandbox, AX, and like so. They have more people wanting to play the Axie Infinity game, and they buy this Axie Infinity. It practically drives the value of the platform, and as it judges the value of the platform, it increases the value of their token. I think I've been able to answer that.
Yeah, thank you. I think people are complaining about the quality of the audio. So please, when next you're answering a question, please try to make it more audible. You understand? Now, I think before you go, CX, of recent now, I think today we've seen a couple of tweets on Twitter have been sold. You know, Jack Dorsey sold his tweet, CZ of Binance too sold his tweet. What do you think is happening? How can you explain this to a newbie? And is there a way people on Twitter can take advantage of this? You know,
Yes, there's a way. I've actually sold my tweets before myself. I sold my tweets 19th December last year to a friend on Twitter. So basically, the way it is when someone purchases a tweet, the platform called bit.send converts the tweet to an NFT and makes it only available to one person. That does not mean you can't see the tweet. It does not mean you can't interact with it. But it means the ownership, provenance, and the NFT guarantees that the person who owns it has ownership of that tweet and also gets to have whatever intrinsic value they want from owning that tweet. The process to do it is this. You would connect your Twitter account to your MetaMask account, log into the b.send platform, then you look for a tweet you want, copy the link to that tweet to the platform, create an offer for it, then copy that link probably back to Twitter or any other platform you want to advertise that tweet at. And if someone is interested, they make a bid for it. If they want to make a bid, they click on the link, they take them to the bid.send platform, they make a bid. And if you accept the bid, you will get the NFTs. Once you accept the bid, the NFT, the bid.send platform will convert your tweet to an NFT and transfer it to the individual, and then give the person's money to you. That's basically.
Oh, awesome! I guess you can sell announcements on Twitter. We'll add a couple of
Yes,
announcements.
you can. As it gets more popular, you can.
Yeah, we should make money with that too as a claim. Yeah, okay. Let me go through the charts and let's see if we can. I think someone asked, can you please help me on leverage coin? I really don't know if leverage coin is connected to NFTs. Is there a link between leverage tokens or something and NFT? I think that's
Leverage,
basically trading.
can you give an example of leverage coin?
Yeah, Michael Balogun, can you give an example of the leverage coin you're talking about? And Vinny, I'm not sure we can allow anyone to ask questions via voice notes right now, but let me see. Israel Rex, please, if your other hand, can you please unmute Vinny, VIINY, so he or she can ask the question, and immediately we can mute them back.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Vinny, get ready, please. Oh, like XRP USDT. Can you see that? Say.
Okay, so what you mean is leverage tokens like tokens that are created that whenever the price of the currency moves up, they are created to move with value according to the movement of the coin. Either going up, you have XRP up, and going down, XRP down. As of now, I don't think that's available yet. But I'll most likely research and see if there's any of such available. But as of them, I'm going to the next space. Not anything like that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, CX. Is Alex, are we ready? Is Vinny up now?
Yeah,
Michael,
Vin is on. Vin is on. You can
please
speak.
go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can
we
you hear
can. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can hear
please.
you.
All right. So my question now is based on like all these artists now. Okay, for example, now me, I'm an artist, digital artist. So how can I actually take advantage of this NFT stuff?
Okay, it's simple.
Hello?
What you first have to, yeah, I can hear you. So what you first have to do is you first have to mint your artwork, because that's the only way you can get access. That's the only way you can your artwork to people to see. Means this art means look for. I've already explained all of this before. You look for a platform and a blockchain you want to mint on. Determine the price. Determine the amount you want to mint. Determine if you want the royalty you want to mint. Determine if you want to put a logged content to it. And then after you've done that and you've paid it, copy the link, get the link to the NFT, and publicize it. What you just need is one person who
All right, maybe actually suggest.
can put in money into it and get it. That's how I sold my first NFT. I practically just copied it Twitter and got someone to buy.
Okay, thank you, CX. Someone asked, you talked
Okay, which
about
platform
selling.
did you use to?
My first NFT was minted on Rarible, but right now I mint on over 5 to 6 different platforms.
Okay.
All
Is
right.
there Rex?
Please, I would like to get your WhatsApp number so I can communicate with you more on that.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, Vinny, we have to make that. We have to tidy up quick. Time is no on our side any longer. So I think you mentioned something CX about selling tweet on something. You mentioned the link. Can you please drop it in the chat so that people can actually get the right link? I think send it or something. Please drop it in the chat. The link to to the platform for something related to selling tweets. Understand, please. So that's basically it. And people wants to connect with CX on WhatsApp. Okay, so there will be a way to connect with CX. It will be part of the mail we'll be sending. The way to connect with CX via the mail we'll be sending. Ensure you're registered for this event and ensure you've subscribed to our YouTube channel. There are no contents yet, but as soon as we're done with this class, we'll get working on it. And with CX, we'll be creating videos on how to mint tokens easily and all of those things. So we as regards slide, just ensure you're subscribed and you're registered. So it will be easier for us. It will be very, very easy for us to reach out to you with whatever we are distributing. Okay, one thing is this: we have some couple of books from Dash Nigeria, and it's about blockchain. You understand that it's about blockchain and finance related. So we want to actually give out two of these books, and we'll be doing this on our Twitter because time is fast spent. So if you're not following us yet on Twitter, please, you have the link. Follow us on Twitter. I think in a couple of hours we'll be starting something like a challenge, or we'll find a way to distribute the books. We have 10 copies, and we are giving out 2 free copies at first. So we'll find a way to distribute it. So thanks so much, guys, for tuning in tonight. CX, I want to say a very big appreciation. While we had issues, we received support from Web3 Bridge. We want to say a very big thank you to Web3 Bridge for supporting us. We really appreciate it. On behalf of the blockchain team in a standard, Blessing Emma, Isorex, Odiononsi, Simeon, Mr. Fiz, Mr. Yomikun, everyone, I want to say a very, very big thank you for joining us tonight. So if you have questions, please don't forget, send us an email if you would like to be part of our community. You understand, blockchain club community. Send us an email requesting to join. What you would like to. Why would you like to be part of this community? Then your WhatsApp number, so we can reach out to you and add you to the community once your application has been approved. Ensure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and ensure to follow us on Twitter, because our goal at Blockchain Club is to ensure that we help as much as possible people learn and find their way into the blockchain space. If you're interested in blockchain jobs, these are a couple of things we do at Blockchain Club. We help people get blockchain jobs. So a couple of them are here on the channel, on this live stream right now, trading, crypto trading, anything that has to do with the word blockchain. So a very, very big thank you for joining us tonight. This will be the end of everything. Let me see if we still have one more question that we can take. You can follow CX at Naftali1 on Twitter. At Naftali1 on Twitter. Guys, we will appreciate if you go to our Twitter and you drop a feedback we created a thread for feedbacks. Please go onto our Twitter, drop your feedbacks. This is what drives the community. As a physiotherapy doctor, how can I take advantage of NFT? This is late. We cannot be able to take these questions. It's already 10. So thanks so much. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. This will be the end of the live stream. Thanks so much. If you would like to connect, or you can unmute yourself if it's possible, just one or two things, and that will be it. So we'll be having a couple of events coming up because we've received a lot of messages from people who actually don't even understand what the blockchain is yet. So we are looking forward at organizing another event in a couple of weeks. So just ensure to stay in touch with us and you surely get the best. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks so much to the blockchain team, to the people handling the tech, everyone. Thank you. And have a wonderful evening. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much, guys.